Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch here. Welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network, our coverage of the 2022 Mr. Olympia contest here in Las Vegas, live from Las Vegas. Now, this is our final video that we'll be talking about the prejudging footage, as we are going to hop into classic physique coverage in just a moment. But this is your final top six at prejudging for men's open. You got Derek Lunsford, Hadi Chupin, Samson Dauda, Brandon Curry, Big Ramy, and none other than the mutant Nick Walker, in no particular order, as they do move them around quite a bit here, which I think is a phenomenal decision from Steve Weinberger and the rest of the judges, Sandy and Tim, doing a good job down there moving these guys. The strategy, I think, is to see who's going to crack first. I would say by far the softest person up here is Brandon Curry. So there could be a strategy to see if he's going to harden up from posing so that he has a harder, crisper package. Also, you could look for flaws. Potentially, Bob Ciccarello during the live stream was saying that Hadi Chupin was fading. From my point of view, I definitely didn't see anything like that. I thought, if anything, he was getting sharper. So there could be a strategy of trying to see who's going to crack or who's going to get harder. And I think that that's a phenomenal way for the judges to see who's put the work in, who's done the posing in the off season to bring the best package, the best presentation possible for the show of all shows, the Mr. Olympia. Now, Samson is here. He's in this top six. They are going to move him around a little bit. I think he should get a good look. I would say if I was going to be a betting man, I think he's going to be a top four guy. If the only way he's going to be top four is if they put Brandon outside. If they put Brandon in fifth, I think Samson can move up to fourth. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think Brandon is just such a, whatever it is that he continues to get the look, regardless of from the back here. You can see the hamstrings are the worst in this lineup. In the top six, probably even in the top 12. There's just not a lot of separation. It's very, very smooth. They're big, but not big. Samsons are better and bigger. I mean, we're not even talking about Derek Lunsford's. He has the best glute and hamstring tie-ins on stage right now, next to Hadi's, who's also no slouch to the lower body. Big Ramy's is freaky because his glutes are so massive, but he holds it in a weird way where he tucks it under his butt and it actually makes the glutes look smaller. I'm not sure if that's a strategy that they thought of. I'm sure, he's a two-time Olympia champion. You'd think they'd figure that stuff out by now. So that must look better than a traditional where they push the glutes out, where they let the hips ride backwards. As you can see, everyone else has the glutes pushed back. But just a small critique. I'm not sure if you guys would notice that, but just something I look for. Now, this is definitely a good shot for Nick Walker. You can see he's not crunching the abs as much, and I actually like him doing that in this shot. I think his hard, crazy, detailed abs doesn't fit in with the rest of the lineup. You've got three dudes here, four dudes holding a vacuum. Even Big Ramy kind of has a modified vacuum here. The only person is Brandon Curry not doing a vacuum. I'm wondering if that would help him because there really isn't any detail to his midsection in these front shots. So I don't know if that would help him or not. I'm not a huge fan of the midsection being flat and washed out in any shot, but I do understand for a lat spread because you're not really looking at the midsection. You're looking at the lats flaring, the shoulders, the chest, the quads, the complete package. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, my eyes keep going back to Samson Dauda for some reason. He's just so impressive. And for him to place, I think it was fifth at the Arnold Classic, to come into here at the Mr. Olympia, the best of the best, and place higher is, I think, really, really impressive. Yes, he was probably over dieted for the Arnold Classic, but it's still just such an impressive way to improve your placings in such a short time, in less than a year. But again, I want to talk about what we just talked about in the previous video, Big Ramy on the outside. They're not comparing him to anyone. They're letting people stand next to him a little bit here and there, but it's mostly Nick Walker right there. So I'm wondering if Nick Walker has secured the second and Big Ramy has secured the first. That is kind of my thought right now, because there's got to be a strategy to where the judges are moving people around. They don't do anything. They don't do things without reason. So they move Hadi and they move Justin Justin Rodriguez. Oh my goodness. Derek Lunsford. Wow. I don't know why I said Justin Rodriguez. But they're moving those guys around. Brandon Curry gets moved around a lot, and Brandon does need to get moved around a lot. He's a previous Mr. Olympia champion. He needs to make sure, and the judges need to make sure that he's either beating everyone or he's losing to everyone. Because you can't just keep throwing arbitrary placings at people. You can't just keep giving people seconds just because you feel like it or because they're a previous Mr. Olympia. It's not how it works. It's not how it should work. Sorry on Brandon for this one because he wasn't setting the shot, but he does have a good set of midsection. His abs are good, but I would honestly say this is Ramy's shot. The freaky oil legs just really, I mean, it really steals your eye. It's really hard to look at anyone else. But if I would, I'd say Samson is also really nice in the shot. The way he does his feet to give that crazy X taper, I think, is world class and very deserving of him being in this top 6 at this year's 2022 Mr. Olympia Prejudging. But that'll be my coverage for Men's Open. Look forward to the finals and also the prejudging for Men's Classic Physique. That'll be it for my coverage today. I will be at the expo doing interviews and meeting fans. So I hope you guys understand and appreciate that. But like, comment, subscribe. I'm Josh Sanchagro, host here on Bodybuilding News Network. And I'll see you guys in another video.